Going back to the 1993-94 season, there have never been two Spanish sides, one German and one Italian together in the last four of the Champions League. But if you dig a little deeper, the last 5 campaigns emphasizes Spain's dominance, with 10 of the last 20 semi-finalists coming from La Liga. Safe to say, if things stay the same, the Champions League will soon be dubbed La Liga. What does Spain's dominance mean for soccer, and why have they seen so much success? We welcome in Anthony Cornelli. Because of you, sir, we now have 3 pairs of brown shoes on set. Thank you very much for doing that.
It's great to be here.
Good to see you. To your right is stand-up comedian Kevin Raphael. Welcome back. And David Hurley. All right, the last 5 years, there's no denying that Spain has been dominating world soccer as well as the Champions League. What's one of the main reasons for why they've seen success?
I'm going to say on the record, I don't watch soccer anymore. When Brazil lost 7-1, I quit. I said, I'm done with soccer. I watch the impact sometimes, and then they lost 65-1. So I'm done with soccer. I'm not talking about that.
When you talk about La Liga's dominance, you look at really Cristiano Ronaldo and you look at Lionel Messi, those two for Barcelona and for Real Madrid. Now, of course, it also helps that they spend close to $400 million on their payroll. I mean, that also helps, an infinite amount of money to go get the best players a year in, year out, and they chew them in, they spit them out like it was nothing. That's why I think Spain has had such success. There's the Atletico Madrid with the Diego Simeone's team that somehow manages to get there. But if you look at the big reason, it's because of the money.
I agree that with regards to Messi and Ronaldo in terms of Champions League, but if you look at their world dominance, right, back-to-back Euros, the World Cup, etc., that's way more than just having 2-star players. That could also be their farm system, how they're breeding players, the vision of Spain soccer. Are they doing a good job on that front? Well, clearly they are.
I'm completely against La Liga. I'm very, very biased when it comes to Italian football, even though we've been struggling for the last 10 years. But the Spanish national team, they benefited from the big teams in La Liga developing their youth players and bringing them through the system. The Barcelona Bees and the Real Bees that play in 2nd division and 3rd division of Spanish soccer are much more productive than our reserve leagues in England and our Primaveras in Italy. So they're fielding players at the under-21 level that are playing Champions League soccer, going up against other countries that their players are playing for the impact. You know, so
let's not kid ourselves too. Barcelona's farm system has been phenomenal. They had Fabregas, they had the Piqué, they had all their nucleus for the Spanish national team playing under one house. And these kids grew up together since they were 11 years old to the age of 17. I mean, it does help when you get that kind of chemistry and you put it on the national scale. Eventually, it's starting to go in your way.
You're talking about windows, right? And you see windows of German soccer, you've seen windows of Italian soccer where they perform well. Are we now seeing the window of Spanish soccer right now? Are we talking about the renaissance with regards to La Liga?
I think the renaissance did start in 2006 when Barcelona won the Champions League. But if you look back at that 2006 team, there was only 3 Spanish players that started in that game. A subpar Victor Valdez, who by no means is any talks of the greatest goalie of all time. He played behind one of the best teams of all time. Yeah. They had Oliger, a right back that no one cares of or no one remembers, you know, and the team was made up of Dutch grit and Brazilian flair. Deco being Portuguese, but he's Brazilian anyway. So let's just think, and then after that, bringing the young players through the system helped the Spanish national team. They snuck through that 2008 Euro, and then it was unstoppable. I mean, it'll be a while before any countries get back to that level.
Just in general with regards to soccer and a team completely dominating soccer like it's done. Do you like that? Do you like that one team or one country or is completely dominating?
If you're good, if you put the money in, if you put the time in, this is not your problem. This is their problem. They got to fix it.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, if they're good, you pop the champagne and turn up. You're good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I like to quote my buddy Didier Drogba. He said, Barcelona and Real Madrid fans just started watching soccer last week because growing up in the East End, very multicultural community, nobody cared about Spanish soccer at that time. It was the Marseilles, it was the Milans, it was anybody but Real and Barcelona because they hadn't won a title.
They have the worst fans, arguably, in the world. I mean, you have some of the greatest players. If you're booing Cristiano Ronaldo, are you kidding me? Yeah, this guy is one of the greatest talents we have ever seen, and you're booing him. You have Gareth Bale coming into the team. Gareth Bale was one of the most instrumental parts of your team that got you to the UEFA Championship and got you that championship last year, and you're booing him the whole season long. This goes to show what fans are like in Spain, and it hurts soccer, and I kind of want England to get back to the top. Of course, I want Manchester United to get back to the top.
There it is.
Finally, they're
The
back to the
shameless
top
plug.
4.
There it is.
But I'd like to see, again, I'd like to see Serie A do well, and I'd like to see the Bundesliga do well as well.
Fans that are not booing their team are the Chicago Blackhawks fan. They're doing incredibly well. They're headed to another conference final. After the break, we switch gears. We're talking some NHL. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us. Hey, sports junkies, like what you see? Click that subscribe button for more exclusive content.